All right, we're live. Everybody's having a good Friday into the week. So hopefully this makes it a little bit better. Hopefully you guys have like summer Fridays. Hopefully your company does something like that, and you're off a little early. If not, hopefully we can pass at least one of the last couple of hours of your work day on and get it over with quickly. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching the replay or listening to the replay, whether it's on Spaces, whether it's on YouTube, just wherever you're checking it out, do us a favor and hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. All of those are super appreciated. I am joined today by the new voice of the Seminoles, Jeff Culhane. Jeff, thank you for taking some time and spending with us today. I know you're busy. I know you've been doing a lot, but appreciate you for coming on here for a minute.
Hey, TJ, appreciate the ask, and thanks to everyone that's a part of the space today. And I just wanted to thank everybody to start. It's been so amazing how welcoming you all have been, and I can't begin to tell you how much that means to me as we get our time rolling here in Tallahassee. My family is making their way down here in the next couple of weeks and going through the moving process. As everyone knows, moving is the best thing in the world. It's so much fun. And but we're chipping away at that, and I can't wait to get my wife and my two boys down here. And it's been a blast. So thank you to everybody who have been so welcoming and connected with me on social media. And looking forward to this today for a few minutes.
Yeah, no, absolutely. What your family's all moved down. We talked about it when you were on Double Fries, no slaw, but everybody's in and good to go now.
Not yet. They will be soon. For those that don't know, my wife's name is Sarah, and I have two boys, Alexander and Everett. Alexander is 3 years old, and Everett is 6 weeks old as of yesterday. And so my wife has been an absolute rock star holding it down. They are still in Fargo, and they'll be making their way down with my mother. She'll be making the drive with them from Fargo to Tallahassee here next week sometime. So getting close. I have a Great Dane dog named Pepper who is here with me in Tallahassee. So she's been getting used to the heat and the humidity and getting settled in as well. But we're getting close. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, we appreciate you. We're excited to have you. We talked about this when you were on the podcast, but sometimes in coaching, it's tough to follow a legend. Following a legend on the mic is maybe a little bit different. Maybe maybe it's not though. Maybe the expectations are really, really high. But I'm glad it has been super well received. I've loved some of the stuff that you've done. Just talking with guys after practice and obviously we'll talk about the the podcast and stuff that's going as well. But I'm glad it's been received well by the fan base, and that they, the fan base can be crazy at times. And maybe I, kind of add to that at times too. But I'm glad that they've been super welcoming. That's been something that's been really good for you. And I hope that it's just, as good of an experience for you as it is for them, because I do think that a lot of stuff that has happened and that you've done has already been really, really neat. I do want to ask you and talk about that a little bit. Talk to us just a little bit about fall camp. Like, what are you? What's been your perspective there?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my guy Ian Dina, who's on the call as well. He's director of recruiting at NDSU, so he's listening in right now. And so, big shout out to him. He's a good dude, good friend, and a guy that is a great college football mind in a lot of ways. But so we got a little bit of NDSU flavor on the call from up north currently as well. Just to start with what you were talking about, the director of broadcasting position, as we discussed, you, Richie, and I, we're just adding a little bit more because Noles fans deserve it. I mean, everybody that's locked in on the space right now, you guys want to have a little bit more, a look behind the curtain. We want to tell the success stories of all the great coaches and student athletes here at Florida State. And so, we're just scratching the surface with the post, practice reports, the recaps, and the players have been tremendous. I just talked to Micah Pittman today, and we could have done a podcast just he and I, right? I mean, what a mature young man that has great family lineage with his father winning the Super Bowl. His brother is obviously with the Colts right now and getting going. And so, I'm really looking forward to watching him play. But as far as fall camp goes, I think the theme that I've really noticed, and in talking with people that certainly have seen more Florida State football than I have, TJ, that have been out to practice more so than I have, it's just the energy, the tempo, the way that practice, just the little things of how practice is running right now. You feel a different level of intensity. And, we're in year 3 of the climb with Mike Norvell, and this is a guy that you guys have gotten to know, obviously. He's so intelligent. He's been a winner everywhere he has gone, and obviously with what he did at Memphis, the proof is in the pudding, right? And so it's been fun to hear him talk about his vision, his culture, and that takes time certainly to implement. And I know we all want to see as many wins as possible, as soon as possible, but you just get this feeling, there's this buzz around camp right now with the way everything is running, that the buy-in is there, the belief is there, and I, for one, can't wait to see it out on the field on August 27th when Duquesne comes to town.
Man, we talked about what that feeling is going to be like the first time that the headset comes on and the lights come on. I do want to ask you, though, rivalries are really big to this fan base and maybe to any fan base, but I don't want to give any bulletin board material for anybody else, but is there a game you're really, really looking forward to, whether it be I know the answer is all 12 of them, right? But is it the Florida game at the end of the year? Is it going down to, what we like to refer to as Doak South and hitting Hard Rock, or, maybe one of those, or Clemson, or just whatever, right? What's one that maybe stands out to you?
Well, TJ, I've come to learn with you on social media, you have no problem giving rustling up, a little bit of conversation with other fan bases. So I'll leave all that to you on here on this fine site and this app. But game I'm looking forward to. I mean, certainly the games you think of right away, right? You think of Clemson, you think of Miami, you think of Florida. Those are all big boy games, but LSU is one that doesn't need a whole lot of explaining. I just think that whole weekend is going to have a bowl game weekend type of feel, almost an early season conference championship game type of feel, if you will. One of those settings that you have all been to before, with whether it's been a national championship game in the 2013 season or the 99 or 93. It's not going to be quite like that, but I just think the energy around that game. New Orleans has been a great home for Noles fans and created so many great memories over the years, that with the importance of an early season win in a game like that for this football team, what that could do to springboard it, to another level. And then that Louisville game, I'll tell you, the Friday night on September 16th to open up ACC play. I know we haven't had a ton of success the last couple of years versus Malik Cunningham and against that group. And so, that's going to be a huge game. And it's a schedule that has a lot of challenges to it, right, TJ? I know you guys talked about it on the pod about the strength of schedule and what games are, how you rate them easiest to toughest. And LSU, Louisville, I think there's the 3-game stretch from October 1st to the 15th. That's a big measuring stick mark in the season for this team, with Wake Forest in town, at NC State, and Clemson here as well. And so I'm looking forward to all of them. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can't wait for August 27th. I'm counting down the days, 22, obviously, just like everybody else. But, those are games on this schedule that right away come to mind when you ask me that question.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, if you guys are listening to this, if you're watching it, wherever, if you could hit the share button, let people know that we're hanging out for a little bit today. We'll keep Jeff around for a few more minutes. If you have questions, if you're on YouTube, you can comment them. If you are on Twitter, you can shoot them to me in a DM. If you want to request, that's totally fine. But we'll keep Jeff for a few more minutes, and then we'll get him out of here and get him back to his day. I want to talk to you a little bit about your podcast. Brand new. Really excited. I actually spoke with Caleb Swan just before you got to town and was asking him some things about that, and very excited to hear that was started this week. I loved the episode with Coach Norvell. Coach Ham and Andy Staples, who is fantastic. Ironically, he was on my first episode ever on Double Fries No Slaw. So I like it, but he's an absolute character. And I saw Charlie and you had another one drop today. Talk to us a little bit about Behind the Mic. And let's chat about your podcast some.
Yeah, excited about it. We started it up earlier this week. The first episode dropped, like you talked about, on Tuesday. We're going to do 2 times a week, Tuesdays and Fridays throughout the year, and throughout, obviously, the calendar year with the sports seasons as well. And you can find it on all of your podcast platforms, on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Google, Stitcher, Amazon Music, and the Varsity Network app. And certainly, of course, posted online at Seminoles.com if you're looking for it on the website as well. But, we're going to talk a lot of football. We're going to talk a lot of hoops. But there's so many great programs here at Florida State. You guys talk about them a ton and shine a light on them and create the energy and the excitement for all of those programs for what they deserve. And talk with Brian Penske, Florida State's first-year women's soccer coach, coming off a national championship season, right? And interesting connection with Coach Penske and myself. He actually coached a cousin of mine, Catherine Culhane, at Tennessee back 7-8 years ago. And so I had an direct connection with Brian Penske, and he's going to be a part of the pod coming up next week as well. And so be a lot of football. We're going to get the broadcast team involved, bar none. William Floyd, Tom Block, they're going to be a part of it as much as we possibly can, and do some things with former players and reconnecting with them on the show and talking about some of their favorite memories of whether it's Florida State football, hoops, across the board. So just going to give everybody, a little bit of the Noles, and again, a little bit of a behind the scenes look at what's going on here at Florida State athletics.
Yeah, I like it. Coach Penske has, I love his energy that he brings. You're gonna enjoy him a ton. He also, I know we don't go super deep into some of the soccer stuff here, but he also coached one of our current players. He coached her sister, Lauren Flynn. He coached Lauren's sister at Tennessee as well. And so, he had a couple of connections just kind of on his way in and coming in here. So pretty neat. You'll like him a ton though. He was a really neat guy, and he was funny for sure as well. So, well, cool. What are you, anything kind of on your mind, anything you want to talk about, whether it be fall camp? I've kind of hit on a few things. I'm getting a couple of messages trying to get me to pressure you into riling up the other fan bases, but like I said, I'd probably leave that to me so you don't get in trouble.
I'll leave that to you, DJ. I'm going to leave that to you, pal. That's your deal. You got it. You do it well. Let me tell you that. You do it real well.
I appreciate it. Let's put that on my tombstone or maybe a resume. What anything on your mind? Anything you want to talk about in regards to the season upcoming, or just anything at all?
Well, I talked about on the podcast, both of them actually, the last couple on Tuesday and the one that dropped today. And I'm really impressed by how the staff, what they have done in adding to some of the needs from last season and doing what they need to do to move this program forward and get it back to a place of excellence and taking the positive steps forward that are needed right now. And I look along the offensive line in bringing in some talent, some experienced talent via the transfer portal and creating depth there with the recruiting class. I look at wide receiver and defensive back, and there's a ton of speedy, athletic, different bodied players that are out there flying around and making plays. And, I mentioned guys like Johnny Wilson. I think Johnny Wilson at 6'7", the Arizona State transfer, if this guy can stay healthy, he is going to have an opportunity to make a lot of big plays because of his size and because of his sure-handedness that are going to give Jordan Travis, maybe some outs that he didn't have before. Micah Pittman, I talked to him today following practice, our fall camp practice recap on Seminoles.com. What an impressive young man, so mature and so versatile as well. Speedy. You can use him in a lot of different areas, and who knows if we'll see him in the return game also. So offensively, they've added pieces that I think you're going to see some instant impact from some of these newcomers. And then, as I mentioned in the secondary, Jamie Robinson, I think, is one of the best players in the entire country. Some of the new names and true freshmen that are in that are all competing and creating just that, that culture of you can't take a rep off. You're going to have to go out each and every day and earn it in practice. And if you don't, there's going to be someone else right behind you that is hungry and ready to play. I'll give you a name that there are a couple of names that I'm really interested in seeing them play when the lights come on. And, the two defensive tackles, Fabian Lovett and Trench Monster, Robert Cooper, those are guys along the interior I think can have great impact. You have to replace two tremendous defensive bookends in Jermaine Johnson and Keira Thomas. I think Jared Verse and Derek McClendon and Dennis Briggs are up to the challenge with that. But Tatum Bethune from UCF, I think is one heck of a football player. And I want to see him when the lights are on because I think he's got a nose for the football and plays with an edge and plays with a physicality where no matter where the ball is at, he is going to be there at 6'1", 230 pounds. So I'm excited to see number 15 do his thing out there. And I'm really looking forward to watching this group go out and show everyone how they're going to take the next steps forward in the progression with Mike Norvell at the helm.
Yeah, no, I know that fans are jacked up. Fans are ready for the season to get here. NFL was on last night, so, it's closer and closer by the day, obviously. But it's an exciting time. Hey, you guys I'm getting a lot of love, and people are saying this is a really neat thing. Follow Jeff, guys. Obviously, I'm sure everybody in here follows the FSU football account. But the after practice or post camp interviews have been fantastic. You just kind of quick hitter, two minute things that you kind of get a little bit more from the guys, and we really enjoyed it. So make sure you're following Jeff. Make sure, if you're not, follow the FSU football account for sure, but I assume we all are. Jeff, man, we really, really appreciate you for coming on. I've got one more and then we'll get you out of here. But do you have any, any announcer has a maybe go-to phrases or things that they've coined that kind of have, stick out. Do you have anything that, I know you don't probably want things to sound like they're rehearsed, but, Mick Hubert's big thing was always, oh my, at the end of touchdowns, or, Gene would obviously touchdown FSU, touchdown Florida State. And he had the number of times he'd even said it, written down. And do you have a quip or anything that you kind of pull out from time to time that fans can look forward to?
So I'll tell you this. I'm not going to give any of it away right now. But I'll tell you this. I've got something lined up for my first scene setter. I've got something lined up for my touchdown calls, and I have something lined up for my final calls when the Noles win a ton of games this season. So that's what I will say about that, and leave you with stay tuned. Tune in on August 27th.
You're gonna have me looking like an old man in the stands with a Walkman and a headset on inside a Doak, or maybe they play it in the Champions Club. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. But yeah, can't wait for it, man. Thank you again for taking a few minutes and chatting today, and we can't wait to meet you in person, see you up there this year, and wish you all the best of luck for sure.
Yeah, TJ, appreciate you guys. You and Richie do great work, obviously, with Double Fries, No Slaw, and I'm serious. To all the folks listening, and to all the Noles fans that have connected with me, I truly appreciate the welcoming, the kind words, and look forward to continue to talk and connecting with you guys as much as possible ASAP down the road. So can't wait for August 27th. Looking forward to it. Hope to see you all around Doak, and hope to see you at Langford Green as well for our pregame shows. That'll start 2.5 minutes prior to kickoff. So 2:30 it'll start for the 5 p.m. kick out of Langford Green, right by the Unconquered statue. So thank you, TJ. Appreciate everybody. Go Noles. Awesome,
man. Thank you. Go Noles. Great stuff there from Jeff Culhane, the new voice of the Seminoles. Again, give him a follow if you're not already. Go check out that podcast too. That podcast came out at I got the alert at 12:30 in the morning on Tuesday morning, I believe it was. And I was still up because the baby was up and we were feeding him, and I listened to the whole thing right there. My wife's like, "Can you please just go to bed?" So, but good stuff. I'm really excited to hear him. I know that no words needed for how great Gene was and how much we love Deckerhoff, but I'm excited to hear Jeff, and I love his passion. I love his energy. I love how well versed he already is in everything FSU, from football to literally every other sport as well. And I'm really excited to hear him and hear the calls and the highlights and different things like that. But yeah, I'm definitely going to want to hear the call. And so I may look like an old man with a Walkman in the stadium listening to it. Okay, let's talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I've got about half an hour to hang out. I have an interview at 4. So we'll wrap up right before 4 o'clock or right at 4 o'clock today. I do want to show some love. Wanted to do this after Jeff got off, just because it would have the most people in it. But I want to show some love to both Gramco, Garnet and Gold, and DSP Insurance. I'll kind of run down the list and do a few of them here. You guys have been killing the Garnet and Gold Vault Nike shirt. I think that's like sold out now. Kraken said he got there was one left maybe or something. So if there's any left, I don't know. I mean, Garnet and Gold, shoot me a message and let me know. But you guys have been crushing the sales on that. GarnetandGold.com. You guys are getting threaded up and laced up and everything else for the season. So I'm all about it. GarnetandGold.com. You can use code SPACES15. It'll save you 15% off at checkout. Sold out already. They are reordering them though. So go ahead and get that on notifications so that people so that you can get that when they come out. Spaces 15 will save you 15% off at checkout. I believe it's still no tax weekend. So you're saving 22% at this point by ordering this week. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. GarnetandGold.com. Again, support people that give back to FSU. Don't buy from Fanatics. If you're buying from Fanatics, you're literally supporting UF. You're putting money back into UF's pockets. Support GarnetandGold.com. Spaces 15. Save some money as well. Get your stuff in time for season. So season's just 3 weeks away, man. It's coming quickly. And when you look at business days, it's even less because we're buttoned up to a weekend. So GarnetandGold.com, spaces 15. Also great for tailgating. Gramco, thegramco.com. Hard candies are perfect for tailgating. Don't gummies, it can get hot out there, especially in late August. Gramco's hard candies are perfect for tailgates. Go check them out. The code there, TJ25. Somebody put an order in this morning for hard candies and gummies. Use TJ25. Shout out to that person. But go ahead and get your order in for that so that it's all to you quickly. All right, I'm out of breath. What do you guys have today? Feel free to hit the request button. Let's talk a little. I've been arguing with Miami fans all morning, so I'm happy to crap on them some more if you guys want to talk about that. But yeah, let's tap in. Let's talk a little bit. Who's going to New Orleans? Who's going to the Duquesne game? Whatever you guys want to talk about. It's Spaces Friday. It's you guys are the boss here. Let's chat about whatever you want. I did a breakdown video last night with Mike Ferguson on the transfer portal, how Florida State. There we go, Kraken, my man. I'll add you in just a second. But I did a video with Mike Ferguson on the transfer portal, how we struck gold last year with the defensive end room, and how Florida State will look to do the same again this year with the wide receiver room. I actually have a theory on that, and I will share it. I'll let Kraken come on here, but I'll share the theory on that. But it's a hot take, but then I explain it, and then I think it becomes less of a hot take. So, Kraken, what's going on, my man?
Man, what is up, everyone? I'm shopping in Costco. Everybody go hit Costco. They got sales on TVs if you want one.
Bro, Costco ain't paying us. Get out of here.
Well, you know who is paying y'all is Garnet and Gold, and I just used the no slaw code to get the state of Florida polo, and they only had 2 larges left when I ordered like 3 hours ago. So if y'all want that, y'all go grab it. The only real reason I hopped on here was to say that I really appreciated Jeff. I think, we're used to Gene, but, with change comes, an opportunity to be not necessarily better, but different and still good. So, I just wanted to say that I thought that Jeff did a really fantastic interview. I really enjoyed his perspective on everything. And I also wanted to kind of give everybody a warning. I live in New Orleans, right? So Labor Day weekend is Decadence weekend. So I'm down 100% with the gay folks, man. But if you aren't, just be prepared because they're going to be everywhere. They're going to be having a good time. They're going to be living their life, just shining, doing their thing. And if you come to my bar Friday night, there's probably going to be a bunch of gay people there living their fine life too. So I just want to make sure everybody knows when you come down here, have it together. They're going to be fabulous.
Dude, I want to come to your bar to watch the Florida game. We talked about that when Utah beats Florida on Saturday night. I want to come watch that at the bar. So I kind of want to do I don't care who's there. I don't care what they do. It doesn't bother me at all either. So bring up the more the merrier. Let's roll. So yeah, I'm here for a watch party at your bar at I think it's gonna be 5 p.m., 6 p.m. on
Yeah, I told my boss at 6 p.m. is when I expected people to start showing up because I think the game kicks off at 6. So 5:45 people will start showing up. Everything we've already got it set up. Everything will be fine. But yeah, definitely, man. I look forward to seeing you and everyone else that wants to show up on Saturday night.
Live Spaces party from Kraken's Bar. Appreciate you, my man.
Hey, everybody have a great day. Y'all know what it is. Fuck Miami, fuck Clemson, fuck Florida, fuck every single thing orange, except for the hard candies from Gramco. Go
My man, let's get you some gummies. Let's get you some hard candies. I know we've sent you stuff in the past, but I'm gonna hook that up today, bro. Support people Kraken is my man. You know what? I want to go to his bar. Support people that support with you. We're going to his bar and we're taking him a bunch of business because he really does live that life. He supports Gramco, he supports Garnet and Gold, he supports the spaces. So I don't know, I like people that are real like that. And yeah, I'm not watching that game anywhere else. I see Click-Clack in here. Click-Clack knows that Utah's going to run all over that tail. So, no, I appreciate Kraken, and I can't wait to party with that guy because dude's the man. So, yeah, Richie just texted me and kind of forgot about this. Dude, Newberg in here. This Friday spaces are the best. But Newberg, you can come on at all if you want to talk. Richie actually ordered that same polo on, or ordered a polo on Wednesday, and it arrived at his house today from garnetandgold.com. So, again, polos are not cheap. So you typically, if you're buying a polo and you add something small to it, you can get free shipping because it's over $75. But to literally get free shipping and have it there 2 days later, that's insane. So I can't guarantee that your order from your order from Garnet and Gold is going to get there in 2 days. If you're in the state of Florida, though, it typically is 2 or 3 days. So their shipping is insane. Fanatics ain't doing that. You got to wait a week and a half for your crap. So, not crap. I shouldn't call yeah, it's crap if it's from Fanatics. It's fine. So yeah, again, go put an order in from Garnet and Gold right now. I know you guys all got paid today because it's Friday. So hit up Garnet and Gold, Gramco, do some shopping with the best. DSP Insurance as well. If you have a business, if you're in HR, hit up my guy, Tony Perez. It's dspins.com. If your employees need benefits, or if you want to save a little bit of money on your employees' benefits. Yeah, let's do that. $15 gift card for the first person that orders from Garnet and Gold today using the code SPACES15. Go order from garnetandgold.com. Not only do you get 15% off, not only does your order get there in a day or two, not only are you saving on free tax week, you're going to get $15 back as well. So first order, $15. First one to come in with Spaces 15. Send me a screenshot so we can confirm it. But yeah, go make some money by ordering from garnetandgold.com. Bro, what's up with Newberg just leaving like that? I tried to put him on blast, and he's probably logged back in on his burner. So Josh, if you don't want to come on, you just had to say that. Richie reminded me that again his polo. Where is Aaron? Aaron's on this timeline tweeting and not in the space. Ridiculous. He's tweeting about not dropping money on a polo too, and so maybe he's listening from his burner. So, I'll get Aaron in here. I'm very upset that he's not in the space. But Richie also reminded me we are doing a live show tomorrow at Carmine's in Ybor. If you are in Tampa or in the Tampa Bay area, Carmine's in Ybor. It's kind of put on by the Seminole Boosters in the Tampa Bay Seminole Club. It's the largest pub crawl of any of the clubs. I believe Tampa gets down. If you're in Tampa, come hang out with us at the pub crawl. Shoot me a message if you're going to be there. I will hook you up with a discount on pub crawl tickets. The show doesn't cost, but the thank you, Aaron, for joining. The show doesn't cost. It's at Carmine's. It's free, but to get like the drink specials and stuff, there is a ticket for the pub crawl. It all goes back to, I believe, the Alumni Association. I see in here, Kyle. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but they use the money for scholarships for kids. I think they gave like 20 or so scholarships last year for kids to go to FSU. So ends up being a really, really neat event. If you're in Tampa, come hang out with us. We'll broadcast the video somehow too, like whether it's live or whether it's later on. We'll put that content out for sure. Okay, what do you guys got? Sean, how's it going, man? Noel, Sean, how's it going, bro? Noel, Sean, you're on mute.
Oh yeah.
There you go. No, you're fine.
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, first of all, Newberg, that was pretty fucking lame to just leave like that. No, I was gonna say, like, anybody in the Lakeland area, Winter Circle, it's a Florida State owned bar, and it's a bar and grill, and it's great wings and great beer and just everything. So last year we were there whenever the Gator game was going on and the Florida State game was about to come on, and everybody was like cheering about the Florida State game about to come on, and like everybody booed all the Gator fans, and there was like 3, and so they got booed out of the place, and so it was just like it was a monster, just oh, so they got booed out of there. But so yeah, if you're in the area, just yeah, I just want to say, like, come on by there.
They do a lot of watch parties for just every game there.
It's every game, but it's mainly like the main event is Florida State.
Cool.
So yeah,
I'm with it.
There's all kinds of football, college football Saturdays. Like, there's every game on, but like the main attraction is Florida State. So
Yeah, our logo is just a little bit different, so I feel you on that.
it is, but it's a good spot, man. It's fun. Like, they're classy. Like I said, they got good wings and stuff. So yeah, if anybody's in the area.
Good stuff. What's your record prediction, Sean, for this year?
I'm thinking like 7 wins.
Let's go. I like that.
Hopefully. I could see 8 and I could see 5. So we're kind of like, I'm trying to go in the middle.
I think 7's probably spot on. I really want 8. Obviously, would be thrilled to get to 9, but yeah, I think 8 would be.
I mean, 9's possible though. I mean, if everything holds up, but I mean, I think finally our offensive line is like kind of stabilized where we have depth. It kind of depends on Jordan Travis, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I don't think 9 would be tough. You're not wrong, but it is possible. Like, I think that you you almost have to start out the year 4-0 to get to 9. That would be like you can't lose the LSU or the Louisville game. Then you come home, beat BC. I think if you do that, right, you start 4-0. I actually think you beat Wake the next week too. And so you're starting 5-0. You even if you start 5-0, you're probably losing the next 2 to NC State and Clemson. But then you're 5-2. Your toughest game left on the schedule is Miami, and you probably shouldn't lose another game outside of maybe that Miami game. So again, certainly not predicting that we start 5-0. there's a chance we start 3-2, you know, but, or we're, you know, or you could start 2-3 theoretically, but like, if you were able to navigate that early month at 5-0, I think 9-3 is absolutely on the table. I'm not predicting that. That's not my prediction. That's the path.
My thing is if we always lose one to like some team we should.
Yeah.
So, and like granted, like we should probably lose to NC State, but that's kind of a game where it's like a trap game. So I feel like that and Louisville are kind of two of those games where it's like we're probably going to lose one of those. And then you got to expect Clemson. And then I would expect, unfortunately, one of Miami and Florida. And then I feel like there's going to be somewhere in the in-between. So.
Yeah, no, I think the NC State one is really tough. I do like how our team played against NC State last year. Like, I thought that with a bunch of guys out due to the flu, with your quarterback out, the team really did play well and held NC State to 21 points. The defense was really good in the second half of the year, but held NC State to 21 points until the, you know, a kind of a turnover in a final drive by them. But I thought that they looked really, really good in that game and really gave Florida State a chance to kind of be in a game that they had no business being in without Jordan Travis. You know, so with Jordan back this year, potentially you
without Devin Leary though too, right?
I'm sorry,
weren't they out without Devin Leary? Or am I something else?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Somebody else can. No, he played. He had 314 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yeah, he was.
Boy,
yeah. So,
okay.
yeah, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that he was there, but. Yeah, I thought they played really well in that game. I mean, obviously he kind of lit him up and you know, did what he did, but they played bend don't break, you know, and I thought they kept us in a game that we kind of had no business being in with so many guys out, your quarterback out, and if that game just wasn't in Raleigh, I'd feel better about it. But you just know it's going to be a night game because I do think we're going to start well and be like 4-1 or something going into that game and. You know, so it's going to be a ranked matchup. It's going to be at night. It's going to be in Raleigh, and we'll see. But that's kind of what worries me. I pick NC State in that game, but we'll see. You know, let's win all the games before that, and then I won't even feel bad if we drop that one.
There's always something going in Raleigh.
So all right, cool. Well, I appreciate you for hanging out, my man. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
See you, buddy. Has anybody ordered from gardengold.com yet? I haven't gotten any screenshots, but you get $15, 15% off, 7% off because no tax. I don't know what you guys are waiting on, but maybe we should run this earlier in the week before you guys all ordered. But yeah, gardengold.com, first person to order, make some money, use spaces 15 to save a little bit of money there. All right, I'm going to get a few more of you speakers. We got about 15 minutes, and then I got to jump off here for another interview. But I'm loving these spaces. I'm loving this daily, like almost back to daily. So maybe we'll do something later tonight or tomorrow or something. But what's going on, Peyton?
What's up, TJ? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. All right. I want you to walk me through LSU Labor Day weekend, day by day, step by step. What are we doing?
I'm going to start in reverse order. Monday morning, we're getting on the plane to go back home, happy about being 2-0.
Right,
so let's back it up a little bit more and go Sunday night. We're kicking LSU's ass in New Orleans to start the season 2-0.
Wait, you skipped a step. What are we doing after we kick their ass?
Oh yeah, that's true. The party on Bourbon Street is going to be legendary that night. So good point there. Bringing that back. Before the game, we're tailgating all day outside, like 2 blocks from the stadium. We've got a tailgate set up. If you guys are going to New Orleans, you need to hit me up. I'll shoot you the link, and we'll get that all taken care of. We'll get all that done. But free food, free drinks. Well, it's not free, right? There's a cost in the tailgate. But once you're in, it's all you can eat, all you can drink. There's shade, which is going to be huge down there in that pressure cooker that is New Orleans. There's private bathrooms. We're having a DJ come by. Going to be a good time. You're going to want to be there. We may have a TV or two. There are no other college football games that day. There's no NFL that day. With it being on a Sunday, there will be some baseball and stuff, but like we'll have a TV out there if anybody's interested in anything kind of going on TV. Maybe we'll play like an NCAA tournament or something out there. Like that'll be great, drunk. But fun time at the tailgate. You guys will have a blast, and we really are looking forward to that as well. Saturday, back it up a day. Saturday night, we're going to be hanging out at Kraken's Bar. Again, somebody's like, a couple people messaged me and said, what's the name of the bar? I can't find Kraken's Bar when I Google it. It's 12 Mile Limit. 12 Mile Limit is Kraken's Bar there in New Orleans. If you're in New Orleans or you're in the area, you should just go hit them up and watch the Duquesne game there on in 3 weeks. But that is where we will be on Saturday night watching the UF and Florida game. I believe the Georgia-Oregon game is a little earlier in the day. I don't know if that's the night game or not, but I might watch that there too. So, yeah, Kraken's going to get all my money on Saturday night. Saturday during the day, I have no idea what's going on Saturday during the day. I'm a brewery guy, so I might go over to, I think Crescent City's there. I like NOLA Brewing. There's some good stuff. I may hit a brewery or two. So Saturday will be a ton of fun. Friday night, I want to do a meet and greet somewhere. I don't know when you guys are getting in town, but Saturday morning, I'm definitely going to get some beignets to work off the Bourbon Street hangover that I will have from Friday night. Yeah, this is going to be a brutal bender, but beignets on Saturday morning. I skipped that. Going backwards is tough. Like, just, I don't know why I decided to do it like that, but I wanted to talk about winning the game first, I guess. But Saturday night, Friday night, want to do a meet and greet, wherever. Like, I'm totally cool with like just trying to get a bunch of people together, right? Like, whether you follow people on social media, whether you have met them before or whatever. I don't know where, but we'll figure something out. Maybe do a Bourbon Street pub crawl type thing, but I think it'll be a ton of fun. So that's the weekend. That's what I'm thinking for the weekend. When are you getting to town?
Getting to town Saturday, so I'm going to miss out on the meet and greet Friday, but I'll catch you at Cafe Du Monde for some beignets for sure. That sounds awesome.
Awesome.
And then one more question: who do you think? I don't know how much you're keeping up with with LSU, but who do you think is going to win that QB battle?
Man, we had Blake Rufino from Are You Serious Sports. He does a great job covering LSU, and you should really go follow him. If you type in Are You Serious or AYS Sports, you guys can follow him. Quick little shout out. And he's a great guy. Like that dude a ton. I don't know. Everything I'm kind of seeing says Brennan. He said it won't be Miles Brennan. So I don't know. I would probably guess Jaden Daniels if it's not Brennan. Like, that's kind of my pecking order. Is like everything I'm reading says Brennan. I would guess Daniels just from the experience. But I really don't know. I think that I wonder what they're going to do. Like, is Brian Kelly going to kind of keep it? If I'm him, I keep it kind of close to the vest and don't name somebody early. I think that when you, we'll read the practice reports and stuff coming out of LSU and who's getting the most reps, and so we'll know. But if I'm him, I don't name it until you get to New Orleans, because I don't want to give FSU the chance to be able to game plan. But I don't know. Their quarterback situation doesn't worry me that much. I mean, just the fact that they got 3 guys and they don't even know who's in the lead for it. Their quarterback situation doesn't worry me as much as their defensive line does. Their playmakers do. I'm not worried so much about their running backs. I think that we'll shut down the run pretty well. They have some talent out at wide receiver that I think could give us a little bit of trouble. But quarterback, I don't say I don't care who it is. I kind of hope it's Miles Brennan, a guy that's a little bit more stable in the pocket, not as mobile would be my preference there. But I don't know that it matters that much. I think we're going to, either way, their quarterback. Now, I say this, and he'll throw for 400 yards, and we'll get absolutely torched. But their quarterback doesn't worry me as much as maybe some other pieces on that team, especially the defensive line. Best defensive line we will have seen since Clemson last year. And as a friendly reminder, Clemson got 6 sacks in that game. So yeah, could be a day that we aren't loving. Florida State also couldn't rush the ball against Clemson. Ended up with 65 yards on the ground. which again, 24 of that came from a Corbin long run. So yeah, I think that that defensive line worries me way more than quarterback, but I think that's a good question.
Do you think Mike Norvell is, you think he's reading the Notre Dame, like watching film from the Notre Dame game last year, like, and going off Brian Kelly's playbook, or do you think they kind of adjusted some stuff to better fit LSU? Like, how do you think they're practicing for that?
Yeah, I think that you certainly want to, you certainly, not just the Notre Dame game, but I think you try and pick things out that, you see tendencies, right? Like, what's a coach do in this situation, in that situation? What's he doing on 3rd and 5, right? Like, what's he doing on 2nd and long? Is he trying to like catch you off guard with a draw? Did he run a screen here to try and get some of that yardage back? Or what did they do immediately after a turnover, right? Did they go up for a massive chunk play to try and go for the throat or whatever? So yeah, I think that not just that Notre Dame game, obviously that would be one that would be the most relevant, because you'd want to see like, hey, when we did something, how did Notre Dame respond to it? But also just other situations of Brian Kelly there. And I think that just happens pretty generally everywhere, right? Like, I think that they'll do the same thing the next week for Louisville and try and see what they do after certain situations and before certain situations and stuff like that, just to kind of like find out tendencies, because that's really the only thing you can do in this situation. There's not a lot of film of this LSU team. There's no film of this LSU team out there at all. Because it's a new system. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of a big thing that you will see them do. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff, man. All right, final score prediction for me. I'm going 45-42 Florida State.
Woo!
I'm out.
That'll be intense. If we can put up 45 points, bro,
I think it's just because since it's going to be a big game, I think it's going to be high scoring. Everybody's going to be hyped up. I think it'll be a lot like Notre Dame game from last year. So we'll see.
Good stuff. Well, I appreciate you, Peyton.
Yes, sir. See you there, man.
Go Noles. Oh, man. All right, look at Josh coming in here with 6 minutes to go. He's resetting the shot clock, as the kids say. Newberg, what's going on, man?
Nothing. I was in the space next door that Andrew Ivins was hosting, and he wouldn't let me on to speak, so I just wanted to come on here and talk since he wouldn't let me.
The space next door. Can you see if Ivins will make that his space name?
It was an interesting discussion about the player. Have you guys seen the rants that I've been going on today? Or the rant, I should say, not rants, but rant.
No. What you got going today?
I was at the player personnel symposium here in Nashville yesterday and the day before, where there was probably like 400 off-field recruiting staffs in attendance, and Florida State was not one of them. And I was like, why is Florida State not here? And then it hit me that they're in camp. So, with them having the early practices, and I noticed Miami wasn't there as well, but a lot of different teams were represented. And I can tell you one thing, they are fed up with the recruiting process. And for good reason.
Yeah.
But one of the interesting things that I noticed while I was sitting there, and I wanted to ask Ivins about this and just get his take on it. Like, there's three parties that complain about recruiting. Like, you have, there's maybe more. You have the teams, the programs, the schools. Then you have the recruits. They have headaches in the recruiting process. You have the media. We complain about the recruiting process. Hell, the fans complain about the recruiting process. But sitting there listening, like, everybody's complaining. But the thing is, we can't help ourselves. Every part of this feeds the problem. So it's like, we want some of these problems to end. Like, the coaches complain about some things that are going on, or a lot of things that are going on. But a lot of the coaches feed those issues. The photo shoots, we all complain about the photo. But guess what? The fans retweet it, and they like it, and they feed the problem, So I found it kind of interesting that, like, we all want these problems to go away, but is anybody willing to actually, do what it takes to get them to go away?
Probably not, because then you just fall behind, right? Like
right.
Because everyone would have to stop doing it at the same time. And so, like, say Florida State stands up, and again, this is not even you're not even referencing Florida State because they weren't there. But yeah, say Florida State stands up and says like, all right, we're done with this. We're not doing it. Well, unless Georgia and Alabama and Clemson and everybody else just stop at the same time too, is what it is. Are you just kind of like pointing at the cloud right now? Old man yells at the cloud. Did you kind of get grumpy once you got engaged? That's what the timeline's saying.
No, I'm not grumpy. I see it. I mean, I'm not one like, and if you guys saw some of those polls that were taken, those were anonymous polls. It wasn't like, so you had a lot of people just giving their real feelings about how the process is going. And, I don't necessarily, I think it is kind of what it is. Like, I don't know if the problems are going to go away, because my point is everybody continues to feed into it. No matter how much we actually complain about it, even the cheating stuff. Like, I know everybody in that room doesn't like cheating, but I'm willing to bet that everyone in that room is also willing to do what it takes to kind of cheat, So it's kind of like everybody's a hypocrite is basically what I learned at the symposium.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'll buy that.
And, the coaches work, these photo shoots are out of control. And I already knew they were out of control, but I didn't understand how out of control they are. Like, you got kids come to campus with their parents and everything, and all they want to do is the photo shoot. Some of the kids aren't even offered. Mind you, they're telling me that it takes about, because the kids get all suited up, the whole process for any given recruit takes anywhere from like 40 minutes to an hour, if not longer. And that's if there's no line. So you're talking, and I tweeted this, but you got kids spending 2 hours on a photo shoot and 30 minutes in a coach's staff meeting with their position coach. They'll spend like 30, 40 minutes but they'll wait in a 2-hour line to get that photo shoot and then head out. And you got kids that maybe aren't offered. You got a 5-star player. He comes with 4 teammates. Well, all 4 of those kids all want photo shoots. And it kind of goes back to like, we all feed the problem, because it'd be a real simple solution if the coaches just said, no, we're not doing photo shoots today. But they're so afraid of what might happen if they say no. Yeah. You never know. Like, you might say no and the kid fully understands it and the parents understand it and they move on. You may say no and you may go viral.
Somebody, Chad. Okay, I've got Chad on here, and then I'm going to get Stunna LH on here as well, and then we're going to wrap up. But Chad just had a great comment in the DMs. Remember that alliance that Marlon was talking about? Maybe this is the alliance. Maybe like it's a recruiting alliance where everybody can stop doing this corny crap all at the same time. I thought that was fantastic. So shout out Chad.
Yeah, it was really effective previously, with the Big Ten and the Pac-12. So I figured we'd give it a go in recruiting as well. Keep our word there. I have a quick question. 1.5 over under special team touchdowns for both you and Josh.
I go over. I'm sorry, I go under at 1. I think 1 is, I don't know. Over just seems wild.
Under. The big under on that one.
Yeah.
If we got 1, that would make the season on special teams.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, there's no way I'd go under. Okay,
what's the under over, TJ, on 1.5 on us flipping the field on a punt return?
Flipping it the right way, or
take the over on that? But like, if you go back the last 7 years, there's no way you can take the over.
Yeah. Flipping it the right way, right?
Yeah, what? I feel like once Traveris McFadden fair caught every punt, and that was just after that, there was just no attempt at returning punts ever since then.
I think that
and I thought he was going to be a really good punt returner.
Over under caught punts for the season at, okay, so let's go 4 to 5 a game, 12 games, so 60. Over under punts caught this year, 25.5.
Well, DJ's not on the team anymore, right? I'm retired, so I don't. If DJ's not on the team, who was fielding punts last year?
Dude, everybody, right? Like Pokey Wills. Yeah.
I'll take the over with DJ gone.
You're terrible. So people want to know if you have a burner account on Knowles 247 or not.
No.
Do you still have your account? Like, I
Not
mean,
one that I post with.
you just have one you read with?
Yeah. I got your login.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, don't post on that. I try to avoid the crazies there. I like the crazies on this app.
Yeah, I got to keep up with everything, you know?
Shout out my guy in here, David, the Breesis stuff. My man. The Breesis stuff, the Breesis company. I need some more empanadas soon. That might be something I have to get into in Orlando next time I'm there. Stunna LH, what's going on, my man?
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh man, I'm just ready for the season. How about you?
I still don't know how I feel about this upcoming season.
Well, I know we're starting 1-0, so I feel good about that.
I want to talk about this. We all know that Cristobal is already a good recruiter. So him, like I recruited Norvell, not surprising to me. But Napier just got there also and is killing Norvell. How should we look at that since he's just got there and he's killing Norvell in the recruiting cycle?
I don't know that he's killing Norvell.
Who is?
I don't think Napier, Billy Napier, UF. I don't think he's killing Norvell. I think if you look back at last year's classes, Florida State finished just behind Florida in the 247 rankings, just ahead of them in the on-3 rankings, but had a better average star ranking in both of them, had a much better average star ranking in both of them. And right now, Florida is pretty far ahead on 247's rankings, but has a very, very similar average star ranking. It's less than a point away. And on 3, also less than a point away as far as an average star ranking. So them just taking more guys is why they have a much higher class. Like I think your average recruit though is pretty similar on both sites. And so yeah, I don't think he's killing us. Again, I think that you look at the overall class being in the 40s because it has less guys, and you look at Florida's being in the teens and you think like, oh man, like they're just wiping our, the trail with us. But I don't think that they are. Josh, what's your take there?
I think at this point, you just got to run your own race. Who cares how the other team, Florida State's been down now for a little while. And all 3 teams in the grand scheme of it are trying to kind of reclaim their footing in the big 3. Like all 3 teams got to figure it out right now. And yeah, it looks good, but like if anybody was competing for a conference championship right now, I'd be worried. All 3 teams are kind of in the same boat. Florida's going on 15 years without winning anything. The Canes are 2 decades. We're about to come up on our 10-year anniversary. So I think at this point, just run your own race, recruit better, keep winning on the field. It's different years. They're in their very first class. They haven't coached a game on the field yet. A lot of hope and excitement comes with a head coaching change. So you would expect them to do a little bit better on the trail, but I think you just got to focus on FSU getting right. And at this point, we got enough to worry about.
Okay. One more question. On the possibility Norvell, if he does get fired, right? I know everybody loves to scream Keon and stuff like that. Would Mark Stoops be a realistic person that we can get?
If they keep winning, I know Stoops would want the job. I know he wanted it last time around, but yeah, I don't know. I think it'll depend on how he does. He's got to keep winning at Kentucky.
Good stuff, my man. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Oh man. All right. Last one that I got to go. Hey,
TJ, how many teams in America right now are their fan base were a couple weeks out from the season starting talking about who the next head coach is going to be?
Bro, I don't know.
How many fan bases?
There's probably
if there's 100 teams, how many fan bases are kind of dreaming about that right now?
5 or 6.
It's a weird place to be in.
Michigan fans might be doing that. You think
That's
Harbaugh
true.
leaves after this year?
On and off. I feel like Michigan fans, it just depends on the off season.
Yeah. Dude, I just shout out Breesis. We're getting empanadas inside of Doak this year. So, and at the soccer complex as well for the soccer game. So excited for that. I'm definitely, David, shoot me a text real quick. I think we're gonna have some more empanadas. They brought empanadas to the Notre Dame game last year. Or wait, was it the spring game? They all kind of run together in my head. But we had empanadas I think it was at the spring game. Yeah, spring game this year. We're definitely gonna have to get those for Duquesne. I know hot empanadas are not gonna it's going to be tough with it being that hot out there. But that Duquesne game, there's going to have to be some empanadas. All right, I got to go. So, Seymour, I just didn't want to not let you on real quick, but what's going on, my man?
Nothing much, man. You know, I just got to call and say what's up to my guy, Josh. Every time I got Josh get in here, I got to speak to my boy.
Hey, I thought you've been working all week. I haven't seen any slander on the timeline of my name.
No, you know, I told you that you're my guy, Josh, man. You know, it's just you got to be tough on your friends.
None taken. None taken, Seymour. None taken.
You my guy, man. So you enjoying that retirement, baby?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Feet kicked up. I'm going to Vegas on Monday, actually, for a few days.
Hey, man, well, smoke one for me, and you have fun, man.
You know it. I'll put one up in the air for you. Look for the smoke signals.
All right, man. Enjoy your day, Josh.
All right, Seymour. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
I love you too, Seymour. I know you didn't come on here to tell me that I was your boy, but I do love you. I was feeling like not a lot of love there because it was all about Josh. You see how he did me there? I let Seymour on.
My bad, DJ. My bad, man. You know you my guy, man. My bad, damn.
I've kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but I still love you, bro.
Love you too, TJ.
Oh, man. All right. GardenGold.com. Use code SPACES15. Not only do you get 15% off, not only do you get no tax weekend, but you get really, really quick shipping and the best customer service that exists. If you have any questions for them, just shoot them a DM on Twitter. They're really, really responsive. They do a great job, and they get us taken care of for sure. Gramco, thegramco.com. TJ25 will save you 25% off of your order. I'm ready for Florida State to get another commit real quick so we can give away some more hard candies. But thegramco.com, TJ25. Berg, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
No, man. Just you guys have a great week. I'm actually when I'm out in Vegas, I might make an appearance. Sean King does a nationally syndicated radio, video, whatever you want to call it, show out of Las Vegas, and it's on Fubu TV. It's on a couple other things, but I'm probably going on there on Tuesday. But besides that, just send your boy some love. My birthday's next week, and I'm turning 40.
Let's go. Let's get a birthday spaces going, at least for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you guys might do it in my honor. I don't know if I'll be there.
Yeah, we'll see you there, bro.
All right. See you guys. Love you.
See you guys. Go Noles. If you missed any part of this, it's recorded here on Twitter. I'll throw it up on Patreon just because I love you guys. And it is on YouTube. If you're not, go subscribe to the YouTube. We've got a big panel coming up on Sunday night with all of your favorites from the FSU beat and some guys you don't like, but they're still there. Brendan Sonone, Knowles 247, Ingram Smith of the Knollcast, Carter Carrolls of the Tallahassee Democrat, Kurt Weiler of the New Rivals site, the Osceola, and Richie, myself, and David Hale of ESPN, Ben Meyerson, Tomahawk Nation. We will all be there talking FSU football. Excited for that. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully we're back on here again soon. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. I have no clue. But we will see you guys soon. Thanks again, and go Noles.